Woo. What is up, guys? This is John with Hyperactive Monkey Fitness. I am here with Mr. Alain Bloch from the Saber Legion. We are going to get a bit deeper today into the Unity rule set by talking about valid targets. You ready? Okay.
Targets.
Where you want to hit, right? Can you explain that a little bit?
So the basic valid targets is wrist, shoulder, main body portion, and then to the knee, top of the head, sides.
Let's break it down a little bit. So let's start with the head, because everybody likes to be a little head hunter. What valid strikes would be going towards that head?
So within the Unity rule set, it is not unlike the Saber Legion standard rule set. You can do cuts and thrusts to the top of the head, sides, on the face, but of course, no shots to the neck and no shots to the back of the head, even though we require back of the head protection. There's a cervical vertebrae down there, and as anyone knows, it doesn't take a whole lot of force there to perhaps damage that and cause irreparable injury.
Yeah, and it's the leverage tool that we're throwing out there, so you gotta be safe. Now let's talk about the torso here. So what kind of strikes can you do to the torso, the chest?
The torso is pretty interesting, and it is again pretty much standard TSL, where you can do cuts and thrusts to the top of the chest, but within the abdomen area, you can only do cuts. You can't do thrusts. Basically, it's because within TSL, you don't have a lot of people who are wearing abdomen protection. Sometimes they're just wearing shirts, and to prevent soft tissue damage, we just eliminated the thrust. Maybe later on, if the rules change, or within the TSL Unity rule set, we want to have more protection there, then we're going to probably allow thrusts to the abdomen, but for now, we're just going with the TSL standard.
I mean, I was going to say that. I honestly would love to see that.
Yes.
The more that we can strike, the better.
Yes. And I find that thrusts to the abdomen, if there's adequate protection, are a bit better than thrusts to the chest, because when you're doing thrusts to the top of the chest right there, they tend to deflect into the neck, which is of course an invalid target, and could really suck if you're the person on the receiving end of that.
Now we're talking about the upper extremities. What about the arms?
So the arms are interesting, and that we've eliminated the hands entirely. In the TSL standard rule set, you can hit the top of the hand, you can even hit the palm, fingers don't count, but that still has led to a lot of hand hunting, which we see. So we're just eliminating that entirely and just going for the wrist. And so that's gonna make it just easier for people not to get hand injuries. The wrist counts, there's no thrust to anywhere in the arm. It's usually not so much of the incapacitating blow, but a nice cut would definitely do something.
Okay. What about the lower extremities, the legs?
The lower extremities is different than the standard rule set, in that we're not allowing any targets below the knee. Now, you can cut and thrust to the legs, but below the knee, we just found that people typically, when they are striking below the knee, usually at the calf, they extend forward and expose their head. That's because when you are angling down to go for a low line, you don't have as much reach as when you're at full extension forward. So we just eliminated that in order to really promote good behavior and good martial skills.
And that doesn't mean that's going to change later, right? Like there's a possibility?
Yes, there was always a possibility. If at some point there is, people are trained perhaps well enough that they can go for yeah, they refine their martial skills so they can go for those shots and not really compromise their martial skill, then yeah.
So you guys heard that here. As we all get better at this, we're gonna have more options in what we can do in the TSL Unity rule set. I kind of like to walk the line a little bit. We know what we can do. What can't we do, or can we just kind of play with?
I think what the TSL Unity rule set does is that it's just presenting like, hey, this is good martial skills to have that are fairly universal. So there's a lot of ways to get from A to B. Wherever you're coming from, hey, do what you do to get there. Show good martial quality cuts, with the extension, everything that a martial art should be promoting, and go for that target. How you get there, whether it's like tricky footwork, or if you're, coming around and you're doing a cool spin or a moulinet, or you duking them out,
backflips and stuff.
Yeah, backflips and stuff like that. You do you. We're not going to, not allow people to express themselves, but within a way that actually is martial, not just something that's, compromised and that you're just kind of waving your saber out there.
Cool. So before we sign off here, can you go over the balance strikes one more time
Sure.
so that we all remember this?
Comes to the head, I can do the top of the head, I can do the sides, I can thrust to the face. I cannot, though, hit the back of the head, the cervical vertebrae, even though that is protected. When it comes now to the torso, I can cut through the torso, the upper torso. I can thrust, but I cannot thrust at the abdomen. I can cut at the abdomen, though, and I can do all those cool draw cuts like you saw last time. When the shoulders, of course, I can cut here. I can, potentially thrust here, but you're getting precariously close to the neck, which is not a target whatsoever. So when we're talking about the arms, we can't strike at the hands, and we can't strike at the hilt either. So this won't count, anything here won't count, that won't count, but I can do a cut to the wrist, I can do a cut to the forearm, anything all up here. I can't, though, thrust. You cannot strike anywhere below the knee, but I can cut at the knee, I can thrust, I can cut to the thigh, I can cut to the inside of the thigh, I can thrust there as well, but of course, can't strike at the groin for obvious reasons. There's one thing that I want to mention. This doesn't happen a whole lot, but people do get tagged in the back, and this needs to be clarified. When it comes to the back, because typically the upper back area is protected, we will allow cuts and thrust to the back, but when it comes to the lower portion, you cannot thrust at the lower back.
That makes sense to me. All right, guys, that's it for the video today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Other than that, 1, 2, 3.
United to Sabers.
It's the